Alright. Let's get started. Hello everyone, my name is Nikolaos and this is the part 3 of the Abducted Hack the Box lab. Last time we did some progress. We were able to escalate from nobody to Scott and from Scott to Marcus. And then we spent much time trying to root the machine. However, since we found a way, a path to do it, for some reason we couldn't do it. So we will continue today to root the box, and maybe I'm gonna start another machine later. It depends how hard it is to figure out why it didn't work last time. So I hope today I'm gonna do it. So yeah. First thing, I would like to say something. When you are watching live the stream, and yeah, I understand that you want to help me sometime when I'm struggling solving the box, but please don't spoil it for me. I'm going to all these boxes completely blind. So yeah, if I ask for a hint, just give me a hint, not the full solution. I would like to discover the details by myself. But thank you so much for your passion to help me. But yeah, again, please don't spoil it for me. Give me a small hint so I could figure out how to do it. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, first thing first, I will start the machine again. I will make sure that my VPN is up and running. It's there, so okay. So last time we figured out how to escalate from Scott to Marcus, and yeah, today we're gonna do it again, a little bit faster this time because we already know how to do it. I'm gonna start with an SSH connection from Scott, since we know the password, and then we will do the same approach like we did last time to get Marcus, and then from Marcus we will start again the how to root the machine. So still waiting for the machine to start. So yes, so I'm expecting the SSH to Scott. Okay, here is the machine IP. But first let me set the target. It was the same. Oh, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna start SSH to Scott. Okay, maybe restarting the VPN. Okay, initialization sequence completed. So I'm hoping. Okay, it's asked for the password now, which means it's okay. Let's connect. And we are Scott. So last time we saw that the SRV has two folders, the projects and transfer. The projects was empty, and for our previous enumeration, we saw that the airclone, does an airsync and transfers syncs the project files to that project folder. So that's what the projects folder means, but we were interested mostly for the transfer, where there we can create a symlink, and then from the SMB client we can actually I will connect again from here, so I would have two. Cool. So here we will create a symlink, but also let me explain some other things. So according to our nodes and under the configuration files for the SMB shares, so where was it again? Etsy Samba it was. Yeah, and we have the config files and we have the shares. So if we see the configuration file again, we see that the project's share along with the transfers has wide links, which give us a hint that we can create symlinks here. And of course the valid user is Scott, who can read and write, and the forced user who can access those folders and files is Marcus. But if we see again the browsable parameter which says yes, this is probably the configuration that gives us the ability from the SMB client, from inside the shares, when we connect to the shares. That's why we can see the symlink folder and we can enter into it, because we couldn't do it from here, from the SSH connection, but from the SMB client we could do it. So here is another hint to keep in our mind, that when the shares says something, if it's browsable or not, probably that's what it means. So again I will go to the same folder here, transfers, and from here we can connect to the SMB client again. So as we did last time, we will create a symlink to home folder of Marcus, but first we need to create the shared folder Marcus, and then we symlink that folder to the home folder of Marcus so we can access it. Not Marcus, maybe it's smart, but not Marcus, it's Marcus and then the Marcus folder. Alright, and we can verify it by seeing the Marcus here. It's pointing to the Marcus home folder. That's cool. Alright, and again from my nodes we can connect from the local host from inside the server. We can connect with the SMB client, and from the CLI here we can see the folder and we can browse a little bit there. No? That's sorry, it's the subfolder, so one folder inside. And as you can see, we can see the home folder of Marcus, but we can't see it from here. So that's the browsable probably means. We can see it there. It's permission denied, so okay. But from the SMB client, we can see here. So what we did last time, we create an SSH key with no password. It's convenient for us, instead to remember a password, and then we transfer the public key into the authorized keys of a Marcus folder for the SSH, and then we can connect with a private key. So Let's create the key right now. So we can do SSH keygen, and we're gonna name the key. Not that really matters, but where to save it actually. And I will name it key. We don't want the passphrase, so just hit enter and enter again. And here we have the private key and the public key. So from here, since we can see the folder, the context of the Marcus home folder, we can create a .ssh folder, and then we can move into that folder, and we just put from srv transfers key.public to authorized keys. I think that it is. Alright, and we see the authorized keys there. So now we can connect as Marcus to localhost. Of course we can do it from outside of the box, but since we have the session here, it's okay to jump directly using the SSH connection. But localhost as a target, otherwise we need to use the target's IP. But we need to specify the private key for that. So the private key, it's just a key here. So this looks okay. Alright. Okay, let me see. Can I cut authorized keys? Could not resolve. Typos all the time. All the time. Localhost. So typo. It was a typo. And yes, we are Marcus again. So yeah, that was the escalation using a symlink, because the configuration file said that the symlinks are allowed. And then since the share is browsable, we can browse the files and folders from the SMB client CLI. So that's awesome. So last time we did some enumeration, and we figured out that Marcus belongs to the operators group, where we can verify it again with an ID. And we can see that it belongs there. And then with some custom command, we could figure out the operators group, what access it has to the server. So if we run this again, we just find command to find from the root, from the beginning of the root folder, and etc., and specify that the group of the operators, what they can do, and then we direct it to the dev null, so we have it somewhere saved. Dev null and dev s, SCH something. It's some folders that only the current session can run, so it's not stored permanently, it's only stored for the current session. And then we pipe it and grep with a -v, which excludes the permission deny response, the string that it includes in response. So we only want to see the actual folders and files that operators group has access. and according to our scan there was only one folder, which was the SMBD service, the daemon service for SMB. So we enter to that directory, and we can see that the folder is empty, but the idea for that is to create a service, a custom service, which we will weaponize it to do some actions for us. And in this case, we would like to run a service to run a specific command where it copies the bin bash binary from the bin folder and copies to temp, and then we give some permission to that binary, user permission and special permissions, so it can it runs a root bash from the beginning. So the idea is to create a mal.config. So I'm gonna touch the name, really doesn't matter that much, but we can nano to it and create a service here. So according to our investigation last time, we figured out which parameters we can include there. So we start with exec start, which didn't give us something, and yeah, we had also some issues with the syntax of the folder. But as far as I can see, there are some more that we didn't try last time, so we're gonna try them today. And also we have here an example how to do it, and from the example, which I couldn't see it last time because I believe give us a hint here or something, it says that we can use the exec start pre parameter, and we can include it twice, so we can separate if we want to combine two different commands at the same time. Instead of putting in the first one either with a semicolon or with a double ampersands, we can do it twice, right? Or maybe more times, depends how much things we want to do, so as a separate things. So here, let me also zoom a little bit for you, so you can see it better. So here it's the test that to put it in from the SMB configuration. So in the other one, it's also the same parameter, which does the create a folder for that. And also we can notice here that it used the full path of the binaries, not just the make dir binary. It needs to have the full path. And we see that the make dir binary is from the bin, and the test folder, this comes from the user bin. Last time I used I just did something. Okay, let me go out for that. So I just was looking for the bus, right? Which bus? And this one comes from the user bin. However, if we echo the path here, we can see that the user local S bin is here, the user local bin as well, user S bin is here, user bin is here, S bin is here, and bin as well is here. So I tried with a user bin and I didn't have some luck, but probably it was because of the parameter. But I want you to keep in mind that you need always for the specific exploitation, when you configure a service needs to have the full path of the binary that you want to run. So we have many things to try right now. So we will start now editing our service configuration, and of course it needs to have a service as a key here, as a head key. And then below that we can specify our parameters. So last time we just used the exec start, which didn't give us much. That's because probably you combine two commands together, or the exec start cannot be started as a main parameter, because if you remember, the daemon services, they include files to the actual SMB service. So if the SMB configuration has, let's also check it at the same time, but I wanted for you to see that the full path here, so you can see which paths are in the path and which are not. And of course, to look somewhere else to find the binaries. We will test all the cases, so don't worry, we will see how it goes. But for now, let's check again the configuration from the etc folder Samba, and then it was the not shares SMB configuration. So the SMB configuration has the global variables there, and it doesn't use any exec for that. So that's a cool one. So always check if there is the main configuration file has already execs parameters there, so you might not include the same again, because probably of some kind of race condition it will happen. If there is an exec there, probably it will not be executed, because there is another one to the parent service. Alright, so I will start with the exec start, of course, but this time I will do just a copy like I did last time to see what we can do. It was from bin bus. Most of the times under the bin folder are located all the essential binaries there, and some customs they go to user local or to user bin. Depends if the user has exclude or include any other binaries there. Yes, we just want to copy to temp folder as a root bus, and then I'm gonna do what the example configuration does, to create another same parameter again to do something else. So I'm gonna try this now, and then we want to change the mode permissions. So again, which ch mode. So it gives us the path, and it's under user bin ch mode. We're gonna use that for now to see if this will be successful or not. So it's user bin ch mode, change mode, and we're going to give user permissions along with special permissions to temp root bus. So something like this. So the first command copies the bin bus into the temp root bus, and the second parameter again with exec start. But I'm not sure, can we do two exec starts at the same time? Probably not. So I'm expecting an error here. So I'm expecting it to not work this time. But then we will try also the exec start pre parameter, which according from the name, before the exec start parameter does whatever it's supposed to do, before that it runs those, and those can be multiple. We can specify multiple times, but the exec start it's also 2 times here, okay, but we will see. We are here to test things, right? So let's see. Exec start, copy the bin bus to the temp root bus, and then the change mode change the temp root bus. Cool. And also figured out last time with a very weird way that the user, the Marcus user, could restart the SMBD service for that, which was okay. Yeah, I was looking for something more, let's say, detailed how we can do that. But okay, the last thing to check before finding any configuration if the user can restart those services is to test it, of course, by yourself to see if you can restart the service. If you cannot, you will see an error in your terminal. Let's say, oh, you cannot restart. But if you do, you will see just a clear response. But okay, this time also ask us to reload the daemon again. So I think that was the first thing that we had to do. First to restart the daemon, to reload it actually, and then restart the SMBD service. And let me also restart it. But we get this weird error every time. So that's the weird thing. And of course we don't have something in the temp. Actually, I'm not expecting to have something. So yes, we don't have. If you type root and press tab to autocomplete the name, it doesn't autocomplete the name. And again, we can see that there is nothing here. We expected to see a root bus binary here. And most of the times it becomes red, which means it has the special permissions. So let's edit again our configuration. Probably I have messed again with something. So service is here. We will change it to exec start pre to see if this is better. And we will do the same here. So before any exec start parameters are there, we will execute this first. Alright, so first we restart the daemon. It's the first thing to do, and then we restart the service. And with no error. So probably the error comes because first needs the daemon to be restarted and then to restart the service. So let's see, did we have any luck here to see our root shell? Yes. Oh, awesome. That was quick. So here it is, guys. So our problem, our previous problem last time was I didn't use the exec start, and of course I put the same command in one line to perform two commands in one line. So probably that was the issue last time. Also, I didn't use the exec start pre-parameter at all. So yeah. Alright, we have our root bus there, so the only thing that we need to do is to access it by typing the full path and then put the parameter -p, and we are root. So here it is, we have the EUID root, so we are root in that box. Well, since the path was straightforward, you can also expect some issues, right? Just what I had last time. I was struggling with the configuration file, how to syntax it, how to find the correct parameters. So even though the path looks straightforward and most of the times you know or you remember how to do it, sometimes it's difficult to replicate it, right? Depends. But that's the moment I like the most, because since we get errors or failures back, that's give us the ability to search a little bit and find the small details there. So that's the important stuff that I would like to share with you guys. Not just rooting the box or just play around. The key idea of this initiative The reason why I'm streaming is that I would like to give you all the troubleshooting, to do it together, so we figure out at the end what's the proper way to do it, what's the solution. And trust me, guys, yeah, almost 90% of all assessments, it's troubleshooting. It's to figure out why this is not working, what we have to do to make it work. Are there any restrictions for that? Are there any parameters that we need to include, and so many other things. So that's the whole idea. So thankfully didn't take us too much time to spend, because yeah, the part 3, okay, I didn't want to spend an entire stream again on part 3 just how to root it. So I was hoping to finish it fast and then just jump to another box together. But yeah, here we are. Let's grab the flag. So here's the flag, and I can submit it to the panel. Oops. This is not what I want to copy. This freaking copy for Tmax always drives me crazy. I'm not sure if I have successfully copied or not. Okay, here's a flag. And yeah. And applause, I think we can applause a little bit for that. Thank you so much, It was awesome. It was a nice experience. It was kind of tough, I could say, especially the whole escalations. We started with nobody by exploiting a samba ejection, a printer there. So we get our initial foothold as nobody, then we enumerate the nobody user, and we found out that there is an air clone configuration under the option folder, where there was hard-coded a password, which password we could decode it with air clone command. It was air clone, right? Let me check my notes again. Yeah, the air clone. We used a custom Python script to decrypt that, but later, if you read thank you so much, Bulai, how it's pronounced. I think I'm not messing with the name, but thank you so much. Yeah, we decrypted the password, and that password was reusable, like how we say it. We doing a password spraying. When you find a password somewhere in configuration, always try it somewhere else, or even in the same, of course, okay, for the same user, yes, of course, it's a password for the user, right? Probably you can use it for the same user, but you can do password spraying and spray that password to different usernames, so you can see if it's reusable or not. This is one of the most common misconfiguration in application security, when you find hard-coded secrets either in the repo or either in the configuration, and then you can reuse that password or use the actual password of a service or whatever else is that password, or you can use that password for another service, for another user, etc. So keep that always in mind to do password spraying every time you find the password. Then we check the privilege escalation for Scott, and we figure out that he has access to the shares disk and folders, and then by examining the configuration, we figured out that the transfer share has wide links, yes, in the configuration, where that gave us the hint to search about it and figure out that we can create symlinks there, and symlinks we can symlink directories outside of the specific share folder. So that was a very good hint for us. And also the global configuration for SMB, which says also allow insecure wide links to yes. That was the second confirmation that gave us the ability to think about the symlinks. And since we couldn't use or enter from the SSH connection into the symlink folder, the browsable here parameter for the transfers give us, probably that's the idea, I have to search on it, but I'm 90% sure. That's why we can browse the symlink folder from the CLI here, and we can see the content of Marcus since we have symlinked it, the home folder of Marcus. So I believe that's also another key that we can use, or a hint. Yeah, last time I found it by guessing. I couldn't access it from the SSH session, and I just thought, okay, let me see if what files can see and folders I can see from the CLI, from the SMB client service. And it was unexpected and it worked. So yeah. So remember now, next time when you are dealing with parameters for shares and see white links, remember the symlinks, and when you see if it's a browsable yes, it means probably you can browse a lot of other folders inside, even symlink folders. But yeah, that was the box. Actually, I had some plans to test some kernel exploits here. During our enumeration, we saw that the dirty flag, probably we can use it, and also the pack to the root. I don't know if you are interested about it. I'm curious to figure out if you are asking me, but since we are root and we rooted the server in the proper way that the box asked us to do it, not just use a kernel exploit, because okay, since we have the initial foothold with nobody, we can use the kernel exploit and become root directly, which is not the appropriate way to do it, because we learn nothing and we just use a pre-exploit. Of course, okay, you know my idea about the exploits, right? That's why all the times I review the exploits that I'm about to exec, and probably this is a good time to mention that be careful what scripts that you are running, especially in your own environment. Okay, here in the box it's okay to run whatever you want or without reviewing the code, but keep in mind when you getting a script, exploit or whatsoever from GitHub, from any website on the internet, don't just run it without reviewing a little bit what it does before you run it, because there are also many malicious actors out there, and yeah, this is how the all the exploitation for the how we call it, I forgot the name, all the public exploits out there, and they change something. I miss the name right now. When for example, the npm one, the last one, where you can actually run or update an npm package from your libraries, and that package was compromised, and that like we did with the service to stop those chain attacks. So yeah, if we can create, if the big corporations like this case, they can actually create countermeasures, other countermeasures about it, it's always useful. But again, I would like to address it again. Be careful what you run, especially when you got it from internet and this script promises you exploitation or whatsoever. But yeah, I think I don't know. Since we get the root as supposed to do it, testing kernel exploits like dirty flag and back to the root, it's not a very good idea because we learn almost nothing. We just learn how to execute exploits, which is okay, and I think everyone can do that. So I hope that's something maybe that you are not fully interested about it to run. For that, I would like to start another box, for example. But um, okay, okay. We will see how it goes. I don't know. Write me in the chat if you would like to start a new box or you would like to just go further and check those kernel exploits if they are applicable. Um, Maybe they are, and maybe they are not. I'm not sure. Most of the times, or at least as far as I know, Hack the Box fixes those boxes sometimes because yeah. Again, there are people that they're doing the boxes not to learn but to elevate their ranking. And since Hack the Box decided to give you points from retired machines, somebody gonna say, okay, I don't want to spend 4 hours or whatsoever for a machine on Hack the Box. I just want to become root and get as many as possible per day. So I believe that probably they disable those kernel exploits. So yeah, I think that it's better to start a new box and see how it goes. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let me check a little bit the chat if someone wants to add something or maybe you want to see the... Maybe not. Okay, maybe you don't want to see how to exploit with a kernel, but thankfully we get root. And okay, let me also show it one more time how we did it. So we create a malicious configuration, we specify the service as a header, and we had to do two separate parameters to execute two times, two different commands in two times, not one time. Last time I was trying to do it in one line with one exec start, not the exec start pre. And yeah, that what was the new thing that I did today. So we just specify the parameter this one, and to copy the bin bus to the temp root bus file, binary file, and then using the exec start pre again, we just gave the permission by using the full path of the binary. So yeah, and we just restart the daemon and we start the service, and voila, we have here in the temp folder the root bus binary where it's already with special permissions, and we are root, and we just grab the flag. So yeah, that was the part 3 of the abducted box. I will rate it the root flag kind of easy, I'd say, but I will keep it no easy because of the specific troubleshoot that we had last time. Because you can use the exec parameter, you need to search a little bit about the configurations, and thankfully for that I had the use of the AI from the Docker AI just to give me more parameters about execution, right? Because sometimes digging into the official documentation, it's not that easy thing to do. So yeah, again, I'm using AI just to give me some analytics, some analysis for what I want to do, and I'm asking about documentation, mostly information. If there is another exec parameter for the files and those kind of questions I ask, or to explain to me a parameter like we did last time about about the, how it's called again, the wide links. What wide links means? Okay, links, probably you can think sim links, but are you sure? We are never sure about it. So yes, I'm using the AI to give me some documentation information instead of searching through all the documentation, or to search through the manual. I'm asking the AI to give me a straight answer right away, what that means, what I can do, what else I can do for that, if there are any other parameters or whatsoever. So yes, and remember again, if you are using the service, remember to give the full path. Here for the change, uh, for the copy, we didn't use it, so still worked, but I keep it here, I put it here as well just in case. Rootki! Rootki is now following. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. So we just rooted a medium box from Hack the Box, which is called Abducted. So yeah, and recapping a little bit what we did and how we did it. So yes, this is the root flag. We get root by executing a service here. So yeah, that was it for this box. So I'm gonna start another one. Let's see some other boxes here, some other retired. I'm allowed only to do retired boxes, so I will keep the difficulty to medium, because if we do an easy box and we finish it today, I don't know. So I'm expecting to have another stream for that. So let's start a medium one, and of course we're gonna do Linux for a while. But don't worry, guys. I have plans to start also doing Windows machines. I'm just to play around a little bit. So we have all these machines. And again, I'm choosing the machines by the name. If I saw a nice name, I will choose it. So here we have very cool names. And of course, a little bit about the rating. If I see the rating it's too much to the red side, I'm skipping it a little bit. But yeah, depends. Windows machine. You want Rootkey? We want to see a Windows machine? Okay, okay. If you are the rootkey that I know, probably I will invite you to do it together some day. But yeah, I'm not gonna do Windows machines at least yet. We will. I will do in the future for sure. But thank you for the comment. Okay, which one we should do? Okay, since I would like to have a consistent list already done, so I'm gonna go with a barrier. The rating looks like it's medium to hard, so yeah. So for example, here the browsed, it's medium to low. Same with the gavel, and the give back, it's more too hard here. So okay, we see some ratings here, but I'm gonna go. Okay, you are the rootkey, I know. Okay, buddy. Okay, got you now. Got you. All right. So thank you so much for being here. That was unexpected. I didn't expect to see you here, but thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna go with a barrier. Yeah, why not? And it's also a tracked okay, that's awesome then. This one, it's a tracked one, so we can follow the task in order to do it, which give us and make it a little bit easier for us to follow, instead of just spawning the machine and just say, okay, find the user flag, then root the machine. With this guided labs, It's also an adventure mode and guided mode. Okay, got you now. So we can choose between those. I didn't remember last time to have here the tabs, so maybe that's new. But it's okay. You want to go to have an adventure? Choose adventure mode and aim for the flag, for the user flag, and then for the root flag. You want some guidance, or probably you can use the guidance or the guided mode if you stacked, right? If you are stacked and you can't figure out how to go further. So following the task here, it's gonna give you the ability to have more structured, let's say, enumeration and to uh, craft your methodology better. I don't know if I'm gonna start with adventure mode or guided mode, but for now I'm just gonna start the machine. But I need to terminate the previous one. Okay, let me see that we had everything. Okay. I don't know if you have any questions. If you do, please let me know in the chat or put a comment down below on YouTube, because those videos also are recorded and they stay after the stream. So if you have questions or would like something to ask, leave the comments down below and I will try to address them right away, or we will explore those questions in the next stream. But yeah, again, that was the box. The root flag last time was giving me a hard time because I was trying to do it with just a simple line, but this time I separate the commands, and of course I use the xxstart pre-parameter instead of the xxstart. So that was the solution from the last time. Alright, and we are root. Okay, I'm gonna exit this. And I'm gonna kill all these ones, we don't need it anymore. And also I will exit this one. Log out. Cool. And log out for here as well. Nice. Let's go back. I'm gonna create a new folder for that. Be careful, Rutki, what you are typing in the chat. There is a bot in the chat which prevents you to do a lot of bad things in the chat. So please be careful what you are typing. Special characters or caps or links are not allowed. Sending a long message. Okay. Please break down the message in more than one message if you like to add something. If you want to comment about something. Unfortunately, it was a long message, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have moderators yet, so I'm relying mostly on the bot, so I had to make it a little bit strict about some things. So one of those things, you are seeing from YouTube, but you are commenting from the tweets. Okay, I think. Okay, yeah, it's the same for YouTube. Damien Allen, it's on YouTube. Wait, yeah. You can also comment on YouTube if you'd like, but these rules apply. Okay. Same rules applied for the YouTube chat as well. So yes, and I make a small restriction on YouTube. I allowed it only for the subscribers to comment. So yeah, thank you for that if you subscribe as well, and all of you guys. I would appreciate subscribe on YouTube just to grow the community. But yeah, cool. Yeah, if you want to ask something, call me. Don't want to bother you now. Okay. It's okay. But if you would like something to say and try to break it into multiple comments, or just give me the short question, or you just call me, buddy. Pick up the phone and call me. All right. Yeah, gonna start a new machine. Terminate this one and start this one. Cool. And you are not bothering me. I would like to have a chat with all of you guys. So yeah, don't hesitate to ask a comment or to comment about something. So yeah. All right. Let's first create our folder structure here. So we're gonna create a new directory with the name of the box, and then we can get into it. Same here. We don't need those nodes anymore, so we're gonna close this one and we're gonna open this one, and we'll create a new file, nodes as first. Awesome. I'm using Z nowadays. It's lightweight, more I think it's okay, because Sublime always ask me to purge it, but it's okay. So I switched to Z. So if you have some doubts or you are wondering why. Alright, so let's see. We have the IP address, and as always we will set the target, so we can use the target variable for that. So anytime I want to use that IP address, instead of copy pasting all the time, I just specify this parameter into the command, and it does it for me. Alright, and yeah, as always, we can run an nmap scan for that, which most of the times it looks like this. I have this as a default nmap scan, which checks all the ports, checks the open ones, do some enumeration, keeps the min rate to logical ways, give us ever browse, run the scripts, and ping also the target. And I have specified the target here. You can do it in two ways. The first way is to add the backticks, or you can do it with a $sign and parentheses. And if I don't break things, what I did here. Oh, no. Okay, let me do it again. So $sign and parentheses. It does also the same thing. Yes. So depends what you prefer. Okay, we already have some results because it's a browse mode, so I don't have to wait the full scan to complete before I see some ports. So we see the 8080, which probably it's some kind of web port. We will see it later in the details. We have the 1022 one, which the SSH, the 9000, which I don't remember what this is. We will figure out, and 9443, which also this is some kind of an SSL port. Looks like, we will see. And as always, I'm putting the HTB host into my host, so I can use the host name for that, and it's barrier.htb. This looks good. And then I'm verifying it by cutting the host to see if it's there, and of course, okay, it's there, so we can use this host name as well, barrier. Okay. If we handle, okay, let me also clean this out. Close to the right. Cool. And now we have a clear browser. Alright. Most of the times, if we are handling web applications, and I think that we have here at least two potential web services, I usually open Burp Suite for that. to use it as a interceptor between the site and the backend server, so we can craft and specify specific requests. And I'm also opening the embedded browser for that. And yes, let's check the 8080 port first. So it was HTTP barrier.htb and 8080 port. That was it. Alright, we get a message here. It works. If you are seeing this page via a web browser, it means you are set up Tomcat successfully. Congratulations. Okay, we have a Tomcat service here. It's good for our nodes, of course. So 8080 port. If I can type, we have Tomcat. So let's, okay, enumeration Tomcat, cool. Alright, anything else? The index of that it's under the varlib tomcat 9 web apps root folder. Okay, I think that's a very basic Tomcat page. Okay, so we don't have some lag here so far. Checking the 9000 if it's a web, but let's see why it takes too long to scan. Okay, it's already completed. Now we will see more information. The 9443 is an SSL HTTP again. Golang net HTTP server. Okay, that's another cool thing to see. And then the 9000, it's of course, okay, that's the 9000, it's the actual HTTP port, and the 9443, it's the SSL for that. We can see some robots for that. Okay, let's go to the 9000 then. But we keep as a note that there is a Tomcat service there. Okay, we have a page. Authentic. Welcome to Authentic. Email. Okay, we have a login page here. That's cool. And if we check a little bit the URL, okay, let's discover if there is a specific framework for that. The Webalizer, it's a good extension. It gives you a very short or sometimes very detailed list of technologies that are used here. Okay, for now we don't have something to give us more details. Most of the times we open the view source for that to just search for any let's say informations that are gonna reveal if it's a framework, an already framework or something. We see the static disk folder. Maybe it's something that we need to look a little bit more. Some scripting here, JavaScript scripting. It's for the front end. Yeah, as far as I can see, it's for the front end. Cool. Alright, what else? The Nmap also gave us some information. Let's look around them. So supported methods are those: get, head, post, and options. 404 requests. Okay, we see some headers here. That's cool. Okay, the get request. Locations flow. That was our one. We have a flow here. Okay, maybe we will check it. Powered by Authentic. Okay, so it looks like a framework or so. So we're gonna search a little bit. The framework or platform. Yeah, there is an official one. It has also documentation here. It is a platform. It's a free and open source. Cool. Some informations about them. Okay, at least we will have also the documentation to search a little bit to see details and more ideas what it is. Cool, that's the official page, and from the name I suppose it's a Golang for that, probably. Is it mentioned somewhere? Supported operation system. The prerequisites. The installation, how to do it. Runs on multiple Linux and Mac as well, Windows as well. Initial configuration. The service. Creates also a service. Alright. Advanced configuration. Okay. Nginx, Apache. Okay. Security configuration. Okay. It's about the permissions of the folders in the server. Database setup. Okay, that's also cool. Monitoring, backup and reload. Troubleshooting, integrations, Docker, maintenance, and additional resources. Okay, the actual repository for that, because this is not the actual repository, so this is the actual repository, not found. Okay. From the docs. What? Documentation. Cool. Okay, it looks nice. I'm trying to see if they mention somewhere that is a Go actually platform written in Go because of the name, but let me do a quick search for Golang or Go. Give me all the Go commands. Okay, nothing to say. Probably it's a Go, but okay, we will figure out later. Okay, so at least we have something here. Give us the login page for that. Okay, the first thought to do it's to search for this open source if there is a already known vulnerability for that. But before go there, I will start with some regular manual investigation. And also we have the SSL connection for that. We will check this as well. Some headers here and some keys. Okay, that was it. And also we have the 22 the SSH. Last time we saw that there is a vulnerable SSH service, but it wasn't exploitable, or at least it was a rabbit hole for us. Yeah, hello Linux Mobile, welcome to the stream. Yes, buddy, new machine. We figured out how to root it, the abducted machine, and yeah, it was easier than expected. But now with a clear mind, I structured my methodology better, and I did some more, let's say, investigation about which parameters we can allow to run for the service, and it was the exec start pre parameter, and we had to separate the two commands in two separate exec commands, and we use also the full path for the binary, and we got a root cell as expected. So if last time I was pushing myself a little bit more, but it was after 4 hours streaming, so you can understand that my mind it was already tired. So yeah, but thankfully it was a quick one. So yes, we are doing a new machine, and this machine is it's called the barrier. It's a medium machine, and it's Linux again. And we have two ways to do it. Here we have the adventure mode, which is just a regular CTF mode. You just start without anything, and you just submit the flags. And also there is the guided one, which actually we're gonna do it. Actually, we're gonna go with the task one and see how many open TCP ports are listening on barrier. Okay, how many then map show us? The 22, the 8080, so far 2, the 9003, and the 9443, which is 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 ports, right? Okay, let's go with that. And it's incorrect. What? How many open TCP ports are listening on barrier? It was 4, right? Open, this one, 1. It was another one and I miss it. No. One, the SSL one. 2, the 9000, 3, 8080, open. What? They are 4, right? Okay, let me make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, 22, 8080, 9000, that makes 3, and 4. What was the question again? How many open TCP ports are listening? Ah, it is TCP ports, right? Yeah, TCP open, TCP open, TCP open, TCP open. So 4, right? But why that wasn't the correct answer? There is nothing else here. Numbers, that's 3, 4, okay. And it wasn't 4? Wrong. Incorrect. What? It's TCP and it's open. Did I forget to count? Okay, I'm gonna do nmap all the ports, and of course the open ones, and I want the pin only, and target, and put some bros and point it to open ports for target without running the scripting, only the ports. Oh, okay. Now we got more. So why I missed the 443 in my first scan? Where was it? There is not there. For some freaking reason it wasn't there in my first scan, and my first scan included all the ports. Maybe the min rate caused the scanner to stop it and to not find the other one. Maybe. Usually the min rate it creates not too much, maybe the timeout or something. Yeah, maybe. But the min rate, it's most of the times we use it when we enumerate ports for Active Directory machines, where actually we don't want to make too much noise to the server, so that's why we use the min rate. Port knocking, old but gold. Yeah, we have nmap now for that, and I believe nmap, since the -p the ping argument flag here, I think it does some kind of port knocking, because it sends the ping first, and the ping probably wakes up the port if it's there. But yeah. Yeah, but so far at least we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's why the 4 answered was incorrect. So are there 5 this time? No. There are more. There are 6. So 22, 80, 443, and the other 3 ones. So we have 6. So the correct answer is 6 here, probably. And yes, it was the correct answer. Alright, so nice. Maybe the min rating sometimes, yeah. Or the timeouts. Something like that. But it was a cool thing that we had to run a smaller, more, let's say, efficient result scan to have the results. So yeah, that's cool. And then now this gives me the, so the 80, so the 443 it's again for the Tomcat probably, but I just want to check it. No, we have something else here. We have the GitLab Community Edition here. So that's why. Okay. That's cool. So let me grab this. I will put it above this one. Yeah, guys, remember, notes, it's everything. Especially when you do assessment like this, or in examination assessments, or even for your work. Keep notes about everything, so you know what you have done, and keep notes what you are about to do, so you cover your checklist and you don't waste time to repeat yourself or check again and again the same things, or you were wondering, oh, what else I need to do. So yeah, so the 8080 gave us the Tomcat. The actual HTTP, the 443, gave us the GitLab. Let's see if this applies for the... it redirects to... or maybe HTTP, or it's the cats. Yeah, probably redirects to... Yeah, and also we have VL. Okay. VL. That's an interesting thing. I will keep in the notes just in case. So the port 80 gave us this host name, which is different from the 443 port, like here, which is the because I specified this one. But wait, yeah, that's strange. Okay, I will keep it in the notes. But yeah, we have the community edition. Do we have any information about it? Yeah, it's a Ruby on Rails, of course. With Control U to check. I'm trying to see the version for that because, as far as I remember, the GitLab has some vulnerabilities, some versions. So I'm looking for the version for that. Community edition, cool. Yeah, here's the languages. Probably the help command, the help navigation or about give us some more information, but we will keep that as a test to do. The logo, community edition, client here. Okay, I don't see something here, at least from the first review. We will see how it goes in the help. Projects, we have a project here, and this is pre-authenticated. Git connect, and we have almost here. Okay, a password, but it's masked. That was close enough. Yeah, it's to connect to GitLab, but the password, it looks like 3 characters. So that means that we can brute force it easily if we cannot find any other for that. But yeah, always check what you can see here as well. And that's again, it's the pre-authenticated. So I'm missing something? API, the auth data. We have also a username. That's also something that we need to keep in our notes. GitLab username. We have this one. We will see how useful it's gonna be. All right. What is the title of the public repository on GitLab? Okay, so you see that, guys. Vulnlab created machine. Okay. So you remind. Okay, maybe. So you look, guys. Now, if we follow the guided mode, we have hints, right? I didn't notice that before. I wasn't focused on that, and I figured out by myself that it's a GitLab repository there, or at least an instance of GitLab. But let's answer to that. What is the title of the public repository in GitLab? I think we saw that it's the thing that we are looking for. Git connect. That's the answer. Yeah. Okay. And what is Satoru's GitLab password now? Okay, that's another thing. Here it looks masked. So, or it is, you know, you maybe it's 3 asterisks, the password. Okay. I put 3 asterisks and it's okay. Alright, so that's another thing to look at it. Yeah. So we need to figure out how to find the password of Satoru. Another thing to see also are the commits. Where is the commits? Yes. Rutki, this something reminds me, but I'm not gonna tell you, at least yet. But yeah, in the commits we will see the mistake that it's very easy to do it. It's the noob issue. The noob issues. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The idea is to always check the commits, right? You never know what you can find in the commits. So also mistakes like this. So Satoru, the user for that one, the first initial it's to commit and has a password as hard coded, right? But then, of course, okay, you need to delete the commit as well. If you do such a mistakes, don't forget to delete the commit after that. So yeah. So here's the password. And we can keep that because we can reuse it somewhere. Remember the password spraying. So, and the password is this one. So we know the password and we can answer the question for the task, and of course we're gonna check, because I can predict the next. My dear junior, you have been fired for leaving your password in a commit. Yeah, is that a reason to fire your junior or your junior employee for that? I don't know. It's a good joke actually, but that's cool. Alright, so I can predict now the next task question where you can use that password. Maybe it's in a question in the task, but we will keep that also in mind as well for us to remember to check where else we can actually use that password. Because remember again, password spraying, it works most of the times, even for real life assessments. I wouldn't have guessed to look there. Yes. Yeah, it's not easy to think, but yeah, it's something that you need also to keep in your mind when you see repositories, local repositories, or public ones. Okay, public ones it's even the worst, but when we talk about now CTF or Hack the Box machine and there's a GitLab there repository, we should check the comments, right? Because we found something in the actual repository it is masked, right? But in the commit we figured out that there was the actual password there and then the developer changed it. So yes, it's a good thing to remember and keep on your mind, to check also the comments for that. Okay, what is the current version of GitLab? All right, that's the interesting questions I was looking for from the beginning. How to check the version? Um, most of the times we can check it. In the help I went before. Um, Support maybe. Customer portal. I don't remember exactly where to look for the version, so I'm going by investigating. But I remember that somewhere should be there. Either again on the source code. I mean the public source code here. Sometimes we can find it also there, but also let me see now. The Wapalizer give us something more? No. Different pages, probably different responses. Edit space, please contribute. That's the official GitLab. Same here. Same here. Version subdomain 2024. Is this that what we're looking for? Version family. Only 3 mentions and version of this one. Okay. This is for the authentic. Sorry, no. I'm looking the wrong. I'm looking the wrong. Okay, but at least we have the version for the authentic. That's also useful. Here I'm looking for something for the version word. Okay, we have 9 matches. Version and edit. Version 2 of the Gitbook. Topics version control. Not the version control. We have another one. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Next robots. No. That's another version. Yeah, I'm not sure what is this for exactly. Which version is that? Maybe. Yeah, it's we're gonna double check. Wait. It was another one. Where it is? Here it is. Okay. We will keep that in mind. and try to figure out how else we can do. We have CI/CD secret scanner for those. They do not exist anymore. Yeah, if you are working as an application security engineer and you are in a mature company, yes, most of the times there is a secret scanner there who looks for those. Of course, makes sense. But it's also useful for the CTFs as well to keep a look at for those silly mistakes. Let's check the question again. What is the current version of GitLab? Okay. Where else we can see? Maybe this source code as well. V4. Okay. What's new version? Digest. Maybe under the sign in. Oh, sign in, we checked it before. Yeah. Also, maybe it's a header as well. Sometimes the versioning is in the header. Version 1. GitLab metadata. Yeah, another way to figure out it's also to check the response header. This actually it's a finding sometimes when you have in your request, but it's a low to informational severity finding. But yeah, some services they auto hook response headers, so we can see, and that it's gonna give us things to check more. Says version 1, but I don't think so it's the version 1. And also we figured out here this 5.7.1. I'm gonna try this one, but I'm not sure because it's for the next. That's why I'm not sure, but I'm gonna try it. And we can also find some enumeration script for that. I'm 90% sure that it's not this version. Okay, but okay, let me try it. Just I'm curious. And here we have let's say some kind of spoil. It gives us 2 asterisks and then the dot, and 1 asterisk and then another dot, so it's supposed to be 2 digits here. So that's why the 5.7.1 it's not gonna be, because I see 2 asterisks before the first dot and then another one and another one, so it's a 2-digit number here. Let's keep digging a little bit more. But the most proper way is to find it. It's something like this. Check the source code, the public code of from the browser. Check the headers as well. Maybe you can find the header that reveals something. The version 1 here is not the correct one. I don't think so. The manifest. Page title. Some icons. Description. Also the manifest, it's something that we can consider looking at it. The GraphQL. It must be a tool to enumerate the GitLab. Let's see what we can find, even manually. Okay. Try using the credentials to log in the GitLab, which may help reveal the GitLab version. Yes, that's also a good thing to do. It should also be possible without auth anyways. I'm trying, I'm not gonna go yet using the credentials, but I would like to see if there is from the outside with the pre-authentication to see if it's revealing the version. Yeah, also to keep you see some logs here, they come from the actual GitLab. So if you want to filter out a little bit the mess here, also the Google Manager commands here. So in order to keep our history a little bit clean, we can specify the filter to give us only HTTP or barrier.htb. Specific this one to clean up a little bit. No, didn't clean it. It cleans. Okay, it left something, but it's okay. It's now now our history. It's better. It doesn't include any other website, or if we open something from this browser, it's auto embedded to the history, to the proxy, so it keeps logs about everything. But we don't care that much about other pages. Only under that subdomain or domain. Something else. We check the manifest again. Yeah, maybe logging in, it's the right way to do it, or at least to have some progress. I'm not sure, but maybe it's gonna reveal the version after authentication. But let me also exhaust all the ways from the outside, because also we're gonna need the version for other also reason, because I'm pretty sure that there is a GitLab vulnerability there, so we're gonna use it. Where else we can check? We check the source code for different pages. This version is, I believe, for the next, so And again, according to the somehow reveal from the answer, 2 asterisks, then dot, then 1 asterisk, dot, 1 asterisk. So I believe it's 20 something, 10 something, point something, point something. So yeah. Okay. But is there a tool for enumeration GitLab? Or maybe there is I'm gonna do something else as well. I'm gonna inspect the network tab for that, and I'm gonna reload to have the new ones. Fetching only the HR ones. Again, maybe tags in the headers. Or the actual response, but this is empty. And if I navigate log tree, give us the log for the specific repository, tag search branches, and also the GraphQL here. And for example, if we go to the homepage doesn't give us much. Okay, some we check the manifest. Also in JavaScript files you can find useful information. But you get the idea. Okay, let's log in. So username or primary email, we have username, and we have the password. Hopefully it works. And yeah, we are connected as Satoru in the GitLab. And let's navigate a little bit more. Or let me it's the profile. Create new. Where's the request? Okay. Activity groups. User ID too. I'm thinking that maybe we need to utilize an enumeration script for that, but just in case. Projects. If it's not in help, what's new? We have a date. GitLab 16.1. That's a good one. It's 2 digits as we mentioned at one, so is it the latest? According to July 18 here and July 18. July 18. So in the same day in all this what's new, it give us the latest version, so 16.1, but it is another point after point 1, so it's not the full answer. 16.1 and it has another dot, so supposed to be point 1.1. We will see, but at least we have a hint here. And maybe if I look to learn more about when this use the help again, I will do. Most of the times you can tell by the new changelog. If you find the changelog name or what has changed, you can also use that as a leverage to check the public version when this feature first released, right? But let's go back to the help. Keyboard shortcuts. Is there a version or something? No. Okay, no shortcuts for that. Help. Contribute. Community forum. Git. Compare labs. Support. Provide GitHub feedback. Okay, I'm expecting something to be 16.1 point something, but we need the full answer for that. Contribute to GitLab. Contribute. Here it is. 17.3.2.